Ohayo! My name is Minamitoko and welcome to the first podcast on this channel. Today we will talk about SOMA. And for that I have a special guest here. Andrew, say hi.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrew and I will be doing this podcast with Mina. Mina and I already discussed SOMA a lot in the comments under her videos.
Yeah, thanks for that, for all those comments, and thanks for being here, Andrew. So, we actually compiled a little script together, which we will follow, and each of us will read at some point a question or answer to that question. And we came up with those questions and answers mostly in collaboration, and yeah, we talked a lot about it, like Andrew said. But we will also do some discussions on some of the topics where we'll state our own opinions. And also, we watched all the law videos on SOMA, found on the Game Logical Dig channel, and I will put some links in the description down there. You can watch them too. Sorry for that random noise. But before we start, here's a little spoiler alert presented by Andrew.
Yeah, this video contains heavy spoilers to the sci-fi philosophical survival horror game named SOMA. If there is a chance that you will probably intend to play it, quit this video immediately. You have been warned. So, starting discussing SOMA in 3, 2, 1.
So this video will mainly cover the topic of the WAU and its effect on humanity during the events of SOMA. The questions asked here are likely to not be given a clear answer, but we will just want to discuss some of them.
So, the first thing to ask, is that effect positive or negative?
So for the positive side, we will have that its experiments will probably come to success one day. And there are already some successful samples like Simon or Ross. And it even created the vivarium, which was used then by Catherine as a prototype for the Ark.
However, there is other side. Its experiments make a lot of consciousnesses suffer in the process. Some of those unlucky experiments even became monsters. The WAU wants just to preserve the human life, even it will be some deformed machine or whatever. The main thing that is living. Its suffering is not important for the WAU. So speaking in Ross's words, we can't let the machine to decide what is human and what is not. We have to terminate the WAU project.
But I'm asking myself, why terminate it? I mean, as an AI, there should be some methods to learn or to add new principles. I mean, you could simply add a new principles, let's say, do not make humans suffer a certain amount or something like that. That would be enough, right? But then again, I think this option wouldn't be possible in that situation, right? Because Simon doesn't have the knowledge to pull this off, and Ross seems just rather desperate and a little bit insane to me, actually. And also, humanity wouldn't have come this far, like nowadays, without inflicting great pain to subjects, because they were experimenting all the time. So the WAU is basically doing the same. I mean, it's just a fact. I don't want to state if that's good or bad.
So as you said, the Ross won't help us to do the thing and instruct the WAU to not inflict suffering on humans, so there is nothing which can be done right now.
Probably not, right?
Right. So the next question.
Yes, please.
Should you kill the WAU or not? I guess the answer for this question comes directly from the answer for the previous one.
Yeah, I guess depending on which side you are, on the negative or on the positive, right?
Right.
So, I guess that answers this question too. So, the next topic would then be, does the WAU have its monsters under control? Or can it even have a creature under its direct control? So let's look at every kind of monster we encounter during the gameplay.
So the first monster we encounter is the construct, this weird robot deformed by WAU and having a brain scan in it. So as far as I know, this is a brain scan of some of the Upsilon staff, and due to the fact that there is a consciousness is inside this robot, this means this monster cannot be controlled by the WAU, right?
Probably.
Well, at least directly, like, you know, a toy car.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
So, also, if it would be controlled by the WAU, then why would it hurt Simon? I guess there is no reason for that. Simon didn't threat the WAU's mission in any kind by the time you encounter Construct. Right?
I don't remember that happening, no.
Okay.
So conclusion?
Most likely no.
Yeah, probably the WAU can't control Construct. So what about scavengers? So it's same concept, like some stuff uploaded to the universal helper frame, but unlike a construct, they are aware of their state and not as insane as a construct is. Well, at least they can talk and they have motivation to hunt Simon. Well, at least it seems so. They want his structure gel. You told me that, right?
Right.
So, yeah, probably this is the reason of the majority of the monsters to hunt Simon. Maybe, I don't know. But again, it's a brain scan uploaded into a robot and probably can't be remotely controlled in any kind. So, conclusion? Probably no.
Okay. So the next kind of monsters is flashers. It's one of the most mysterious kind of monsters in the game because we don't know basically nothing about it. So let's go with the assumption that Simon didn't interfere with the WAU's mission in any kind by the time he encounters flashers again. But flashers do hunt Simon, which means they are not controlled by the WAU as well. Probably they are a result of one of the WAU's experiments on preserving human life. So, conclusion? Most likely no.
Again. So then we have the proxies. Those seem logical because they seem to have a particular task given by the WAU, or the one who controls them. And that is to catch all the people they can and trap them in the quote-unquote matrix goo to preserve their lives. Even the word proxy means someone acting on behalf of someone else. So this fits these monsters perfectly. And also the proxies seem to have been human at one point, and maybe this is just a state to preserve their lives. So proxies are most likely controlled by the WAU, or at least someone else, I believe.
Well, the next kind of monster is Akers, and the Theta staff trying to escape him and his proxies, they noted that Akers and the proxies acted as a team. So what is his story? Akers started consuming large amounts of structure gel by his own will, but all the structure gel is controlled by the WAU, as far as we know at least. So he gave himself to the disposal of the WAU. In the firmware at Theta, there is an X-ray of his brain, where there is a note, quote-unquote, remotely controlled. Well, as I said, Akers and proxies acted as a team, and probably they were controlled by the same person, unit, whatever. Or probably not. But this seems logical to them all be controlled by the WAU. So conclusion is likely yes.
So then why does he hunt Simon?
The same reason why proxies hunt Simon. They want him to trap him in the matrix goo, as we call it.
Yeah, I think that happened one time during the game, right?
Right.
But not
And-
for long. Simon could get out somehow.
Yes, but you had a chance to see what happens to the persons trapped in there.
Yeah, I think we will discuss that later, right?
Right.
So for now, robot girls. Oh, the ones I got mad, like with throwing objects at them.
I remember.
So, yeah. So, well, this is the point where the WAU may start suspecting Simon and plotting against it. So, I guess there are two possibilities. First, robot girls are human bodies revived by the WAU. They kept the memories of themselves dying, so they went insane after the revival, because they couldn't handle the stress. Their insanity represented as them becoming hostile to anything that moves. Yeah, because they literally react to any sort of movement, as we could see in my playthrough, right? So the second possibility is that robot girls are human bodies revived by the WAU, but the WAU took control over them in order to prevent anybody from plotting against it. So in order to protect itself from anyone. So the WAU knows that Ross already contacted Simon and it wants Simon dead. But then there would be another question, so why even revive Ross? Which we will be discussing later, because this is a big question, I guess. So if the robot girls are controlled by the WAU is at this point undefined.
The next kind of monsters you encounter in the game is viperfish. It's just regular viperfish modified with a structure gel, and therefore it should be easy to control. Well, the WAU can control humans as proxies, why not control some fish? The report about the anglerfish in the terminal on the abyssal path through Tau says that it hunts something which is not present in this ecosystem, which is already very suspicious. It may mean that the WAU controls abyssin fauna to protect itself from the stupid humans trying to terminate the WAU project. Don't these humans understand that they will doom not just themselves but the whole lot of humans which WAU keeps on life support if they succeed in that? So, conclusion? Likely yes.
Stupid humans, sorry, I just had to laugh at that.
I thought you read the
I
text.
But I didn't want to disturb you, sorry. But I also have a note to the anglerfish, because I guess it was in the lore video 4 that the author mentions that there is a human face on the anglerfish. So there's a chance that it might have merged at one point with a human. But why would it hunt humans if it's controlled by the WAU? I don't know.
Well, I just said it, I guess. The WAU is preserving
Yeah.
itself with
Probably.
those puppets.
Yeah, would make sense. So another suggestion. The WAU merged an anglerfish and a human to see if this is a good method to preserve humanity. But, well, probably this isn't a good way to preserve humanity then.
Well, if it works, why not from the WAU's point of view, right?
Yeah, point taken.
So probably it wants to turn all the humans into anglerfishes. At least it's the one of its experiments. So this is another reason to hunt humans for the anglerfishes, to transform those humans into other anglerfishes.
Oh, that's a funny thing to think about. But, well, there's actually another fish-like creature. Can I read that right? Leviathan, I guess you pronounce it in English.
Yes.
That one sea creature, that long one, like a snake, right?
Yeah, serpent-like.
So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So it looks like this Leviathan was created by the WAU entirely without merging any other species together. So this would be most likely controlled by the WAU, I guess.
I guess too. So, at Tau you encounter another kind of monsters? Or, well, it's just one monster? Jin Yoshida. Well, there's not much known about it. We just know that the suit that he is wearing right now was infected by the WAU the day before he put it on. So Jin Yoshida put the infected suit on and turned into a monster. Probably
Yes.
the WAU seized control over him, probably not. He just went insane because of this infection, but must note that he didn't consume structure gel like Akers did.
Yeah. So also, it's not exactly clear what happens to a human when infected by the WAU. So we can't really say anything about this actually, right?
Alright.
So I see you got a theory here.
There's a whole lot of things we don't know here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just speculation, apparently. Most of that.
Yes. Well, I thought of it while making the list of these monsters and possibilities. Can they be controlled by the WAU or not? I thought of Ross. Well, he is not hostile to Simon until he refuses to kill the WAU, but I thought that he was revived by the WAU. What if WAU did something to him? What if the WAU seized control over him and turned him into its puppet? And then
Then?
the WAU could use this puppet to manipulate Simon, probably, to do whatever it wants him to do, like a mastermind.
Yeah.
That explains why first Ross was revived, and why didn't he kill the WAU himself? Because he never wanted to kill the WAU. He was incapable of it. Like a puppet.
But I don't know, this whole why was revived question seems, I don't know, I don't get it, why? I mean, after that Ross had like some superpowers, right? So if the WAU really if Ross really wanted to destroy the WAU, he could have just taken that gel and killed the WAU by himself.
Yes,
Also, why would...
that's the question I mentioned. Why wouldn't he do the thing himself?
Yeah, also, why would the WAU make a puppet that would want to kill the WAU in return?
No, I mean a puppet directly controlled and doing what WAU wants. So if this puppet says that go, take the gel, kill the WAU, that it means that it only wants Simon to do something, and it wants Simon to think that it will kill the WAU, but really not. That's just my theory.
Yeah, so you're saying that the structure gel that Simon took and like infected the WAU with isn't actually going to kill the WAU.
Well, this theory suggests no.
Okay. So then...
Well, actually, I must confess, this theory didn't hold up. Because why the WAU would do this, why trick Simon, manipulate him? I thought that it could want to get rid of the structure gel. and therefore bring it to the core chamber and do what you do. Like sacrifice your hand to the WAU's core. This is not
the WAU gets rid of the structure gel by consuming it then.
Yeah, probably. So maybe there is another way to use this gel, the correct way to kill the WAU. But the WAU tricks everyone and gives the fake way to do this to everyone, with Ross and whatever.
Yeah, but why would they need Simon for that? I mean, Ross clearly is able to teleport, to shatter glass, so why didn't just Ross take the gel with him down there, if he was controlled by the WAU?
This is a nice question.
It doesn't even matter if he is controlled by the WAU or not, he just could have taken this gel himself there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I still don't get why Ross was revived. Maybe it's just like a plot point that's supposed to be dramatic or something, I don't know.
I wonder if the developers know answers to these questions.
Yeah, if there was a way to ask them, I would ask them straight up. So, yeah, but also, then I want to bring Rayleigh Herber into this. Because, like, Ross also, like, sent some dreams out, right?
Right.
And Rayleigh Herber was... Yeah?
Or someone else sends the dreams.
Or someone else, but... Well, Rayleigh Herber says that Ross sent her the dreams, so I'm going with that for now. But there are some notes there across... what side was it? Tau, I guess? Was it Tau?
Maybe Omicron?
Yeah, no, it was Omicron, right. Thanks for that. So, there are some notes spread across Omicron from Rayleigh Herber, and they indicate that she didn't want to kill the WAU, but was under the impression that she could heal it somehow. Like, she believed that she could help the WAU by giving the uncalibrated structure gel to it, but that leaves the question, what dreams and with them what orders were sent? Like, was the order like heal the WAU, or was the order to kill the WAU? And how did Rayleigh Herber and the others interpret them differently?
Well, we can't compare to different persons interpreting these dreams or whatever, because we only have information about Raleigh in the tape recorder.
Yeah, that's sad. But the only thing we can say for fairly certain, I guess, is that Rayleigh Herber wanted to help the WAU but not kill it.
Yeah, so probably it was just whoever projected those dreams on Raleigh, he manipulated her and made her think that the uncalibrated gel will heal the WAU, not kill it. Or also manipulating everyone else.
Yeah, but we can't say anything about everyone else because we don't know. That would be nice to know what the others were thinking. But yeah, that's not possible.
Right.
So, in turn, I suggested my theory, right? Like your theory was that the WAU revived Ross. And used it as a puppet, right? So, but my theory would be a little bit different. So what if the WAU's goal was just simply to revive a functional body, and somehow with Ross that succeeded because he was fully functional, he also got some extra abilities. And then it went further and wanted to test if it could construct a body all by itself and put a brain scan into it. So this would be Simon then. Like he was constructed by the WAU and the brain scan was put in there and it worked. So basically it could create people now out of nowhere. So in the end this would leave the WAU as some kind of god or creator of a new race of humans or human-like beings, I don't know.
Probably this is what the creators of the WoW intended it to become, to some key to turning the human race into something better.
Yeah, or just, I think, just to preserve the human race.
Well, when it comes to the WoW and its goal, I guess we can't say anything for certain because there was a conspiracy. Carthage conspiracy.
Yeah. So no one really knows.
Yes, well, there is no reason to disbelieve that its goal is to preserve humanity. But what if? Just speculations.
So I actually had some other thoughts while discussing this with you. So if Simon was really constructed and awoken by the WoW itself, then it leaves the question, how much control does the WoW actually have over Simon? I mean, Imogen Reed's body was infused with structure gel, then fused with a diving suit, and then Simon's brain scan was uploaded. And as far as I understand, if there is calibrated structure gel involved in making this body, the WoW should be able to have at least some influence over Simon in some way.
Well, we know that scavengers, they want structure gel from Simon, so they need it for some reason, right?
Yeah.
Probably they're also like powered by it, I don't know. They say they're thirsty or something. So probably structure gel is not just something which grants the WoW the ability to control it, but also just like something like an oil. It's used everywhere. On Pathos too.
Yeah, I've seen that. So you would consider it as some kind of nutrition for those monsters and robots?
Well, in case of scavengers, it looks so, because they explicitly say it.
Makes sense, right?
And if we assume that the WoW doesn't control scavengers like we did earlier, the WoW has no reason to make them aggressive towards Simon, but they are aggressive, right?
Yeah.
So I guess if there is a brain scan in the body, then the WoW doesn't control that body, at least entirely. But you know, you also control this, control Simon with your like keyboard and mouse and stuff as a player, right? Well,
Yes.
let me continue, please. So there was something resembling your idea in the game Bioshock.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil. But let's just say.
Well, I've never played any Bioshock because they're first-person shooters, so I think I will watch some gameplay videos, so spoil me and the rest of the viewers.
It's rather an old game, so the most of the viewers will possibly know what I'm talking about. So the thing is that the play character was for like half a game controlled without him knowing it. So you're playing the character, doing goals, and you don't even suspect that you're manipulated by someone. And at some point it's revealed to you that you're manipulated. with these goals. But in SOMA you don't have these goals or something, or except for Catherine. So
Ooh.
this is not clear.
So Catherine would be controlling Simon then.
Well, Catherine, some consider Catherine a sketchy person, probably.
Yeah, probably. Oh well, we didn't think of that. Or at least
Yes,
we didn't write it in our script.
this is improvisation.
So yeah, I've actually never thought that Catherine could be like be a bad person to control Simon. Well, she does to some extent because she wants to get the Ark launched into space.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she has anything to do with the WAU entirely like that, like taking control of people like the WAU does.
Well, she does manipulate Simon in some kind, because she doesn't tell him what he doesn't want to hear. Like, how do the brain scans exactly work? They are copy and paste, not cut
Yeah.
and paste.
Yeah.
She avoids these
Mm.
topics. I think intentionally. Until the very last moment, after the launch of the Ark.
Yeah. And that gets Simon upset a lot.
Right.
Maybe also because she knows that Simon will get upset, she avoids those topics. Because if Simon would know in advance, he wouldn't want to complete his goals, right?
His goals. The goals set
well,
by Catherine.
Catherine's goals.
Right.
So she's plain out manipulating Simon there.
Mm-hmm.
For the better or the worse, I don't know. But she achieved her goal of launching the Ark, so for her, for the better. For Simon, well, maybe Simon 2 and Simon 3 aren't that happy about that decision, I guess.
Yeah. I think it was mentioned in the last lore video that Simon 4, the one on the Ark, doesn't even suspect anything about Catherine, about what happens to his other copies, his previous ones.
Because Simon 4 never experienced being left behind, right?
Yes, and he can't even think about it. And Catherine won't say anything to make him.
Better not, or he's going to freak out and then crash the whole Ark in the process.
Yeah, the Catherine got upset. I can speak. When Catherine got upset in the end of the game, it short-circuited her Cortex chip, so it could be dangerous.
Probably yes. So I guess she will keep it a secret then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, we have come so far off topic. I guess that's natural while discussing SOMA.
Yeah.
So, where were we originally? Or do you have to say anything about Catherine?
I think nothing more.
Good. So we can get back on track. So, where were we? My other thoughts while discussing these things with you. So, and I think we were like, why had the WAU some influence of Simon, right?
Right.
Of Simon 2 in this case, because what about Simon 3? Simon 3's body was constructed by Simon 2 with the help of Catherine, right?
Right.
And it included like that power suit, a cortex chip of some robot, and some, which is important, uncalibrated structure gel. So Simon 3 definitely shouldn't be influenced by the WAU, right?
Right. But what is
because he has uncalibrated structure gel.
what is strange is that uh, it was not actually important for Simon's suit to use namely uncalibrated gel. He could use calibrated one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
But
if it was lying around there.
yes, but there was no gel we could take except for uncalibrated one. Well, what I'm talking about, uncalibrated gel is not controlled by the WAU, right?
Yeah, or it
But
seems that way.
But when talking to Catherine about the new body of Simon, like when Simon
Yeah.
asks, what makes you think WoW will play along? Catherine says that it will not be able to defy us, but this gel is ignorant to WoW's orders. How it can be helpful?
I don't know. That's a difficult question.
Also not ever written in the script.
True that. And I can't come up with an answer right now. Sorry about that. So, what I asked myself also was like, what are the exact properties of calibrated and uncalibrated structure gel? Or what are the differences? Well, we know that uncalibrated structure gel cannot be controlled by the WoW. So, are there more differences? I don't think we can say anything about that.
Yes. There is not enough information to say anything more.
Except that one point, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe they have difference, maybe not. I don't know.
Well, they were talking about this gel at Omicron.
Yeah.
I mean, Riley Herber. She asked other members of staff if they can make this gel, if they can make the gel uncalibrated without flattening the configuration, quote unquote. I don't exactly understand what that means, but this means they started thinking about it after Ross arrived and was studied in the containment at Omicron.
Yeah, I think we can say that for sure. But other than that, I don't think we get any more information from the game.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly. So another thing we can't answer. So many mysteries.
Yeah.
So should we leave this section behind and move on?
I think so. The next point to discuss is overload at Omicron, right?
Yeah.
So the first question is, did the WoW intentionally kill everybody, all Omicron staff?
So we listed here two theories, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna talk about the first one, which is the WoW is an AI experimenting with different methods of preserving human life, whatever its form is. I mean, we get that with the various forms of monsters and merging stuff, right? But there was no known case of black box overload before the Omicron, so probably the WoW didn't know that it was possible, maybe? Or it was just trying to revive Ross as its duty demands, but accidentally killed everybody else at Omicron. But yeah, it sounds weird, but it could happen like this. But we don't know what are the sense organs of the WoW also. So how does it get information from the world and about the world? And does it have an analog to eyes or ears or something else? So the theory goes as this, that probably the WoW didn't have such ways of perception and didn't notice anything wrong with Omicron stuffs before it was too late and accidentally killed everybody. that's as far as theory 1 goes.
So another theory is about the WAU being cruel. So the WAU somehow got the information about the comet impact, despite being housed in the abyss. Probably it somehow did gain information about black boxes and the way they work, analyzed it and came to conclusion that they can be used for killing. Well, the WAU also could know that all Pathos 2 staff have black boxes in their head, so if you want you can kill anyone, like this. So, the WAU already has some skills in reviving people, so probably considers killing acceptable when it comes to self-defense. So, I mean, if the WAU is killed or destroyed or whatever, who will preserve the humanity? Nobody, basically. So the WAU will defend itself at any cost, not being stopped by any moral code, because killing is reversible for it. Omicron staff were a danger for the WAU because of Ross projecting dreams on them, where he gave them the way to stop the WAU, to kill it. Probably without even saying that this action will stop the WAU. Raleigh thought that it will cure the WAU, not kill it. So this is why the WAU would cause the mass black box overload at Omicron. Another curious detail, I guess, is that Simon 2's body, physically Imogen Reed 1, also has a black box in it, but the WAU didn't use any methods like overloading that black box in him in order to save itself. So why is that? Probably it was aware of Simon's important mission, the Ark, and it hoped that Simon will not listen to Ross. So, I mean, launching the Ark preserves humanity in some kind, from even the WAU's perspective. So the WAU doesn't want to interfere with the Ark, right? And this could be the reason.
Yeah.
I guess this is your section next.
Well, I just wanted to agree with you there. Because preserving the humanity means launching the Ark equals not killing Simon because he's going to launch the Ark. Would make sense there. But thing is, we don't know how the WAU is programmed exactly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's normally an AI would be programmed with a set of rules that it can refer to and take its actions according to that set of rules. I think, what were the three or four rules, right? Asimov, or what did you call them?
Yes. Robotic laws of Asimov.
Yeah.
Haven't you read the book?
Robotic laws. No, the book not, but I googled it before, so I should really read the book then. So I guess surely the creators would have thought that, like, including something like do not kill humans would be included in the WAU's programming, or maybe not, I don't know, because the WAU actually started killing people, if accidentally or not. So the only thing that we know for certain is that since the impact of the comet on the Earth made the WAU go rogue, and like it really started all then, right? So this in turn might mean that the WAU knew about the state of the world, or the comet had some other strange effect or influence on the WAU, probably also some we aren't aware of.
Well, how can we discuss something we are not aware of?
I don't know. It's just a little theory of mine, but we can't say anything about it, basically.
Well, the WAU was developed by Cartridge Industries, right?
Yeah.
It was like, at least it looks like a rather secret company. with its agents hidden amongst the Pathos 2 staff.
Mm-hmm.
And probably they thought that adding this directive like do not kill humans will not be necessary, because like preserve humanity is enough, and if one of the humans will interfere with that mission, you can do whatever you want, like extreme measures to preserve
so
humanity.
First rule, preserve humanity. Second rule, protect yourself. Something like that.
More precisely, the robotic laws are like well, yes, the humanity is more important than one particular human. That's the thing I am trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, Asimov's laws are they don't have nothing to do with the WAU, obviously, because these laws are designed for servant robots, and WAU is definitely not one.
Probably not, no.
So I guess that's it I wanted to say.
Yeah. But, well, we still don't know how the WAU is actually programmed, so we can't... Well, we could speculate for days and years, but we don't have facts, right? So it wouldn't make sense to speculate further than this, I guess.
Right.
So I guess we're coming back to the age-old question, which I still don't know what to say about it. Why would the WAU revive Johan Ross if he wants to destroy the WAU?
Well, there are also two theories connected to, respectively, the pair of theories in the previous topic.
Yeah.
So theory 1 is that the WAU just didn't know about what Ross is thinking about. What does he want? So it revived Ross as its duty demands. What the hell?
What happened? Where were we actually?
4.2 theory 1.
Yeah. You wanted to say some more about that, right?
Well,
and then the connection was lost.
Yes. But there isn't much to say about this theory, basically. So the WAU didn't know about what Ross is thinking about, that it wants to destroy it. So it revived Ross just like its duty demands. And it's connected to the theory 1, which means that the WAU killed everybody at Omicron unintentionally. So the WAU is good, says this theory. Like, the WAU didn't kill anyone in this kind. And theory 2 says opposite thing.
Yeah, which would be my turn to speak about, right?
Right.
So the second theory is also connected to the theory above, which suggests that the WAU intentionally killed the staff at Omicron. So this theory says about reviving Ross that its duty demands to preserve humanity. So it simply must do what it can to preserve human life, and so it was obliged to revive Ross. But I think it tried hard to make him incapable of doing any harm to it. Probably that could explain why didn't Ross do the whole kill the WAU thing himself of Simon. Probably he just couldn't put his hands on the uncalibrated structure shell in any way, and he needed someone else, and someone else came, Simon. So the people the WAU killed, the Omicron staff, the WAU could just revive them afterwards, just like Ross, making them not just unable to do any harm to the WAU, but also insane, which is even more reliable. Why not make Ross insane as well, so he couldn't tell the way of killing the WAU to anybody? Probably the WAU was just experimenting and created a temporary goal for the real revival of a person without making them insane, and by the point it found out Ross wants to destroy it, it was too late. Also, I guess you came up with that theory, because the reviving Ross thing still doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it was me.
Maybe you have something to add to that?
Well, about experimenting, about real revival, I think you said something about it, right? About like WoW making temporary goals, no?
Yeah, temporary goal of the real revival.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was according to your theory.
Oh, okay.
So what about those goals?
Well, I guess I don't have much to say about this for now. Because of the stress of the recording, I can't come up with any ideas. So just let's move on.
Let's move on, good. So, diving into the last part, right?
Right.
Your favorite topic.
Oh, really? So this topic is matrix goo. And the first question is, well, for those who don't understand what I'm talking about, the matrix goo is basically the substance which can be found on Theta, with people trapped and sleeping in it and breathing in a really weird way, which sounds really horrifying. So
I was horrified by that too.
So at one point you get trapped in this goo too, and you have a chance to see what happens. What does the person feel in that state? Well, basically, you find yourself in different reality made up by the WoW, and basically the WoW makes you relive the best moments of your life, I guess, because Simon saw her girlfriend in this apartment and they were talking, and eventually Simon, by the start of the game, Simon lost his girlfriend in the car crash, so probably it was a good memory to use by the WoW for the WoW. This is why I call this matrix goo. Well, if you're watching
in connection to the films, right?
Right. So should I explain what matrix is?
If you want to, drop a few sentences.
Well, it will be a spoiler for the films, but they are very old, so
It will be alright.
yeah, I think so. So basically, Matrix is a virtual reality designed to keep people in there, to keep them relatively happy and calm. And in the real world, there were bodies trapped in some capsules, with wires connected to the bodies in many points and this stuff. Really disgusting. And the world by the point was dead. There was no sun. Well, you can see for yourself in the film. So the point is,
so that's
the artificial
basic concept then.
Yeah, the point is artificial reality, which will make you more happy. And most likely, you are put in this artificial reality forcefully. Like they did in Matrix, and like Akers does with Simon.
Yeah, just trapping him there.
Mm-hmm. So the first question about this matrix goo is it connected to structure gel? How is it connected to it? But, well, honestly I don't have a clear answer for it. Maybe the structure gel is involved in it somehow, maybe not. We can only speculate. Because it looks
As
different.
always.
Yeah, because it looks different from the structure gel. Well, the structure gel at Epsilon looks like black goo,
Yeah.
like oil. I mean, black.
Yeah, basically.
And this matrix goo looks like some flesh covered with some bulbous growths. Very disgusting. Well, it looks different.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably it has something inside it to keep the people alive. Which is actually the next point, right?
Right.
So this matrix goo seems to keep the people trapped in it alive despite their very poor health. Judging by their health, it uses minimum resources to keep the life support going. In case of an apocalypse, yes, that's right. So in case of an apocalypse, it is logical to use as few resources as you can. But it also means that unplugging the people from the goo will probably kill them. But then again, is such a life worth living? But apparently this question was already asked in the Matrix. Did they actually give an answer in the film?
At least they talk about it, I guess. Remember Cypher?
Oh gosh, Matrix is so long ago, I can't remember much of the film, sorry.
Well, the traitor.
The traitor.
Yeah. He wanted to return
What
to
did he-
Matrix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to watch these movies again. I really
Okay.
need to,
I guess
because
we will,
I can't remember that one.
I guess we will end our podcast by that point.
No, we have still some things to discuss then.
Well, I mean, by the point you start rewatching the film.
Ah, yeah, I hope we will have finished the podcast.
Okay. The next question is, well, basically not a question. There's no question mark.
No, there isn't.
Next topic to discuss about the Matrix Go is that the dreams you see in it are very unreal, at least judging by what you see as Simon. But Simon was in there just for a couple of minutes, and his girlfriend's voice sounded really weird. It was easy to guess something is not right with this reality. But probably after some time in the goo, one gets attached to it so that everything starts looking very real to him. We can only speculate about it.
As always.
Yeah, I already said this phrase.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, me. So, the very important question, I guess. And the last one.
Yes. Are the people suffering, right?
Right.
So, yeah, if you look at the people trapped in the goo, you probably will answer yes. Because, like, they seem to be in pain. But, like, the mind gets attached to the matrix if spent long enough inside it. They are attached to the WAU too then, and are, like, they got used to it, maybe. and probably they won't accept any other existence than they have in the dreams. So even if you arrived inside the WAU's matrix, if something is even possible, and offered them the red and the blue pills, would they really pick the blue one, or would they want to stay in it? And such traps are something likely to be built by the WAU, because it must make sure people in the goo will never want to be able to get away from it, and therefore harm themselves and or other people.
Well, I think I need to remind or something about the red-blue pills mechanics in Matrix.
Yes, please.
It's about when you contact some people which can get you, when you're in Matrix, and you contact some people which can get you away. They give you the last chance to stay. They give you 2 pills, red and blue. It's like symbols, I don't know. If you take the red pill, it means you are going out of the Matrix. Then you will proceed with necessary procedures to exit, to quit it. And if you take the blue pill, you will be like teleported to your bed, and you will think it was a dream, just a dream. You will forget about those people. So this...
And you can never return there.
No, I think no. But there were some jokes like the ship's crew joking about Neo. Finally he took the red pill. He already took the blue one for 10 times.
Okay, so it's not clear if that is the final decision.
Well, I think it was just a joke, and it really is final decision. Before you go in one of the 2 directions and never turn back. Cypher wanted to, but didn't succeed. Spoilers.
Spoilers. Yeah, but I really need to rewatch those films.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I just swapped the meaning of the blue and the red pills. So this indicates that I really need to watch them. Which I will do afterwards, probably.
So I guess we will be finishing this podcast here, and you will be able to proceed with rewatching The Matrix.
Yes, please don't disturb me while watching The Matrix. So yeah, I think this is all we have, right?
Alright, so this is all we have got to discuss for now. And thank you for listening to our discussion.
Yeah, and also thank you, Andrew, for collaborating with me on this project.
I wanted to say thank you, Mina, for coming up with this idea. You said it was crazy, but it seems like it was not that crazy. So we didn't give any definite answers, but we spoke our opinions on those topics. Well, if you have any opinions of your own and have something to add and or, please do so in the comments below.
Yeah, and also if you have any other suggestions regarding future possible podcasts, please also let me know, because you never know how far a crazy idea will get you, right? So, yeah, this is it. As always, I will see you all in the next video.
Until then, stay true to yourselves.
Us.
Us.
Yay!